Oh, can you see this? Sorry, a bit. Can see, right? Yep, yep. Great, great. Yeah. So this is generally a very golden ratio of what. Of course, I know it's less relevant for you now. But down the road, definitely this knowledge will come very handy lah. Uh, so I'll just very very briefly go through with you on this. Liquidity ratio. Actually, have you heard about it before? So liquidity ratio is just say next time when you work lah, because sometimes jobs can be unstable. I'm sure you've heard of it before. People get retrenched, all these sort of things. So just in case, like when you cannot work, right, you want to have like 3 to 6 months of savings saved up. So that way, in case like you lose your job or all these sort of things, you still can survive lah, right? Yeah, but sorry. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it lah. So just to keep you afloat lah, savings ratio is more of like, I'm sure you heard of it before lah. Whichever like money I'm sure you're getting your allowance now, right? So next time salary, same thing. You just want to save some money. About 10 to 20% lah. Um, your debt service ratio. This one, I think shouldn't be relevant for you because yeah lah, debt. I don't think we should take out debt lah. Right? For invested assets to net worth ratio, it's just like how much you should be investing lor. Okay, so that's just a very brief just summary of what this is. So I'm pretty sure you've heard of inflation, right? So do you actually know how powerful inflation is? Yeah, so if you look about 10 years back you were 6 year old when you're like in primary school lah. Last time when your parents buy you meal, it was like what, $3, $4. I don't know if you remember, you're quite young back then, right? $3, $4. Now today you go out with your friend, it's about what, $8. You buy one pasta, you go like Caesarea, $7, $8. Correct. So literally in 10 years time, right? Everything doubled its cost, which is damn scary. So next time, I tell you, I know now it's not very important for you, but definitely you want to look into the future, ma. Now you got your savings, you're going to poly, then next time you have your NS, you go out to work. It's gonna be quite scary, lah. Like everything's gonna get more and more expensive. And that's why, right, when you turn 18, you want to start to look into investing, lah. Reason being is that if you, let's say you put inside your bank, you put at a 0.05% interest rate, right? It's gonna lose to inflation. And then what happens is the moment you put your money into the bank, usually people say, oh, put money in the bank very safe, ma. Correct? I'm sure you've had this impression before. Yeah, but actually, right, because of inflation, right, it's a definite lose for you. So every month, every year you put your money in the bank, it's losing money. Yeah lah, but you see the amount, right? Oh, stay the same. Like let's say you put $1,000 in, you still get $1,000. I agree with you on that. You won't lose your money. But in terms of how much things you can buy with that $1,000, right? It's gonna get less and less. Would you agree with me on this? That's exactly right. So this just I just want to let you know the importance on how powerful inflation is and how is it affecting everyone. And so when you are 18, when you're of age, then definitely investments is something that you definitely should look into lah, right? Okay, let me just bring you. Actually, have you thought about, how much you want to, how much you want to like spend comfortably next time? Like how much would be, you know, would be a good lifestyle for you? Have you actually like thought about it? Sorry. I'm not really talking about investments now. It's more of like, have you like planned out, like say, oh, next time, right, if I want to live a comfortable life, how much do I need? Have you like thought of the amount? Mm, Generally, would 3K sound good to you? Like, if every month you spend 3K, then be like, you know what? I think this is a good life for me. I guess too young, right? Okay lah, but I just give you a general, very very rough thing. It's about like $3,000 on average lah, right? So because just now I shared with you about inflation, right? Let's say if today lah, you get 3K every month to spend like wow, very comfortable. You can spend it with your family, you can spend it with your friends, treat your parents next time when they retire, all these sort of things, right? Next time, how much do you think the 3K will inflate to? Next time, when you're retire. So at age 65. Sorry? Mm. Actually it will inflate to $10,000. It's quite crazy. See like the food analogy I gave just now. 10 years ago it was $3, $4. Now 10 years later is eight, seven, $8, $9. And it's like real life example. I'm not using like inflated numbers to like scare you, right? So this is what's happening in real life. So to have 10 to be spending 10K a month comfortably lah after you retire at age 65, which is like quite average for Singaporeans lah, right? Your monthly income, right, would today or you need to save 12K onwards, which is quite crazy lah. Cause bro, you're just a student, then you're going poly, you're gonna study another 4 years, NS another 2 years. Then you're gonna only start working like 10 years later. It's quite insane lah, right? Mm. So right, let me show you the power of investing. Okay. So if next time, oh wait, apologies. Let me just go back. 16 this year. Yeah, we need about 3 million. Okay. So if next time, by the time you want to retire, right, you want to be spending this comfortable lah. You want to treat your parents, you want to treat your family, live a comfortable lifestyle, right? See, just now I say that you need to save 11 to 12K per month, which I can tell you is not possible. Even I tell you myself, right, or like the richest people in Singapore also find it hard. So right, with investing, right, because it compounds over time, the amount you save now would just like reinvest, reinvest, reinvest. You will just need to save 600 per month. Honestly, do you think this amount is a lot more doable than your 12K? Right? Yeah, because you see at the start, right? Wow, the growth is not much. Not much, not much, not much. But you see when the amount you have, right, increases, or then the thing will start to show up all the way. Yeah. So these are very general principle on how investing would help you. Not only to beat inflation, but it's also to secure you for life lah. So I can tell you right now, today, Jaden, if you start saving 600 per month, right, you're set for retirement. Honestly, does it sound good to you? Tell you, wow, retirement done already. Then next time, right, any amount you earn, right, additional from the 600, right, can spend on. Yeah. So this is the value we provide, lor. What I'm saying is this is like just general investing in general, but we want to provide like in a way like a ease of mind lah that from this calculation, I know it's a very general one. Even the 3K just now was an estimated amount because you tell me you don't know. But so it's just that we're able to help you calculate out the amount that you need so that in life, right, once you retire, right, you know that you're set for retirement and then you don't need to think about anything else. So yeah, wait lah, let me just share screen from my iPad. Uh that's all I have for the presenter. Just one last thing from my end lah. Sorry, agencies. Yeah, so what do you mean affiliated by are you saying like we do our own investments, or like what do you mean exactly by that? Ah, yes, yes, yes. So the money bees were with AIA. So what we do is that instead of investing yourself, the stock market like quite scary ma. A lot of Singaporeans, you all have a lot of issues lah regarding on like, wow, I need to check this stock. Wow, and then now that recently got like all the small like US, they go into war and all this sort of thing, then wow, then very troublesome ma. Then next time you have a job, I don't think you have time for it. So what we do is that we're able to just help you to stay disciplined, continue investing so that you continue putting in that $600, right? Then you know that you're set for retirement. Because if I tell you, right, wow, today, right, the market damn good, everything shoot up. And then if I ask you to put in money, then you're like, I think let's wait it out lah. Cause if not, you feel like you're buying at a very expensive price, right? Then after that, when the money drop, then you'll be like, oh shit, I lost so much money, and then you wouldn't invest. And then right, what this will cause, right, is that um what this will cause is that you end up not putting in your $600 every month, right? Then you will not hit your retirement target, and then that will affect you. You get what I mean? And then so if let's say, right, you buy into like one or two stocks, and then you go up and down, right? Because this one I need to pull out the slides. But anyways, because it's AIA is a worldwide company, we have about $600 billion invested with like all the fund managers are professional fund managers that earn like millions per month, right, to invest for you. So what they're able to do is to help you diversify your portfolio. So right, if you buy into like 10, 20, 30, 40 stocks, right, you see it will like just average out. So when the stock market crash, right, when it all drops, you wouldn't lose that much. You know what I mean? Yep. So it's just the power of diversification. So you can see ma, because you see if it's one stock, you go up and down. Then if I have another stock, and then if I just average, it will just average to the center. So so when things drop, you wouldn't lose that much. You get what I mean? It's just average lah. I think yeah, just averaging. Mm. But one more thing I'll just like to let you to know is that how people budget for investments lah, right? So there's this thing called the one third rule. You got your short term, you got your mid term, you and you got your long term. Your short term is like what? Like the things you're spending today lah, your food, your entertainment, food like what? Your Yoji, your whichever lah, Chaji, entertainment, your Netflix, all that sort of thing. Or you hang out with friend, you go bowling, you know. Midterm is what? Midterm you have things like your house, your BTO, your car, your marriage, right? Then long term is or what? Your investments, like I tell you, to plan for retirement, and your insurance to protect you. Okay. So assume lah, you earn about 4K per month, which is average for Singaporeans. So one third of the 4K will go into your short term, one third of the 4K will go into your mid term, one third of the 4K will go into your long term. But this is where a lot of Singaporeans, right, they fail to plan lah, right? I don't know whether you heard, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Quite cringy, but it's actually quite true lah, right? So you spend too much on your short term, right? You wow, every day go buy Starbucks, every day go buy like whichever lah, or like go eat Hai Di Lao, wow, $100 like that. You tend to overspend. Then your midterm, right, you tend to oversave. Cause why? People are like, wow, my house so expensive, my car so expensive. I need to save up for it. And then they save and save and save and save. Right? Then they oversave on this, on your midterm. But then your long term, they tend to ignore. Cause I ask you lah, today until before you speak with me today, have you heard of anyone, right, that say, oh yeah, I want to save for retirement? No, right? Yeah. Very rare lah, very rare. So people tend to ignore this. And then what happens? So once, right, your short term done already, you're done. Midterm, you also done already. You buy all your BTO, buy your car, buy your marriage. By the time you're 65, when you retire, then like, oh shit, from now until touch wood lah, something happened, you're like, oh shit, I don't have enough money. And then what do you need to do? You need to ask your kids for allowance. You need your kids to support you. And I ask you lah, would you want today, if once you have kids, would you want to put the burden on them? Sorry? Yeah, but you also want that their money to be theirs, you don't want to put the extra burden on them. So what you want, right? Especially now you're very young, you can look into next time as I know because you cannot do investments now yet. So next time when you're 18, you can start like, let me just start now, right? So then you can secure not only yourself till your retirement, you're setting your future family up lah. So then you don't need to burden them with to support you ma. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's all I have. Uh Let me just go back to my laptop. Is this gonna be the last thing really? Yeah, because I just want to keep it short. Um yeah. So today you're 16, right? Let's say you save about 600 per month. Okay lah, I'll just estimate about a K per year. You see, right? Once you invest, you hit a certain amount. So next time when you have this quite technical lah, all the dividends, everything. So essentially is with AIA, right, you can keep the amount you can see here, right, 3.3 million inside. When every month, right, you're still able to take out $16,000 because you're living on dividends already. Have you heard of such a thing before? Yeah, so usually people think of investment is grow your money, because how does this compounding, you see this curve, how does it happen? Because the more you earn, the more you put back. The more you put back, the more you earn, the more you put back, and then it just grows and grows and grows, right? But then up to a certain point at 65, there's you want to survive on your own because you stop working already. So that's when you start taking out the amount that you earn every month. Take out, take out, take out, take out. But then because you're taking out the amount you earn, you're not taking from the pool of money that you invested. So then AIA is able to help you to keep this 3.3 million inside the fund, and then you're able to take 16K per month out. And then let me just show you lah. So because I say I mentioned a few times, wow, you must start early, this sort of thing. You know why I say so? So if let's say, right, you start 10 years later lah. So let's say instead of 18-year-old Jaden, you're like, let me just chill first lah. You know what? Let me just spend more. That's why I say people spend too much on the short term. You don't want to save for the long term. You overspend or you oversave on the midterm. Then suddenly Jaden at 26 year old, 10 year later, 26 year old. I say, actually, you know what? Let me just try to get started in investments. Hypothetical situation, lah, right? You see how much you'll be losing. And this is all mathematically proven. It's not some random numbers that we cook up also. You see, from your just now, how much? I forgot already. Six, 16K. You every month, right? You cut your own paycheck by half, and then you lose another 1.7 million on top of that. Because like I tell you, you put in more, you earn more, you feed it back, and then it just becomes a good cycle, right? So because you start 10 years later, then you have 10 years less, right, to grow the amount. And that's why it's so little. That's why the power of compounding, right, is really damn amazing. Yeah. But that's all I have from you lah. That's really all I've got to share, because if anything else, right, I feel it's quite technical, at least at your level. Because investments, everything is for 18 years and up. But definitely we can revisit lah. When time is right. Honestly, Jaden, yeah, from my sharing today, right, you know, have you learned like anything that you feel is like very important, or like do you feel like, oh, it's very relevant for you in a few years time? Mm, mm, mm. Sorry. That's right. Yeah. So you see, today you come into this, you learn about this. How many of your peers will know compared to you? So you're a lot ahead from your peers already. You know that, yep, Jenna, I calculate for you, 600. Estimate lah, right? Definitely next time when things change, we can revisit, change the number, everything. But at least now, 16-year-old Jaden knows that, next time when I'm 18 onwards, I invest 600 a month. I'm set for retirement. And then you know that you need to start early. And those who don't know, they start 5 years, 10 years later. Wow, then they cutting their own retirement by half. Right. Mm. So pretty amazing lah. Just one last thing before I end off. Could you just go to our WhatsApp and then just save my number? Yeah. Just my name is here lah, Yi Heng. Yi Heng. Just Yi Heng from the Money Beast. Once you save my number already, then just let me know. Done already? Okay, great. Yeah, cause if don't save my number, right? Cause I'm talking to a lot of people every day, Then if don't save the WhatsApp, will like kena my account. Yeah, then I will get flagged and everything lah. Don't want don't want that to happen lah. Yeah, so thanks so much. Uh, Let me just think. Yeah, I think that's all for today lah. Later I will send you a bit more resources. Have I sent you our website yet? Mm, oh, the photo only, right? Okay, can. Later I'll send you our website and a few other things that we have cooked up lah. Yeah. Books, quick guides, all that sort of thing. Yeah, honestly, yeah, you can take your time to look through lah. It's all for you anyways. It's for free. Yeah. Then let's just stay in contact lah. Cause now you save my number already. And yeah lor. All the best for your prelims. Then once you're 17 turning 18 like that, then definitely we can just revisit again. Is that okay for you? Great. Anyways, nice meeting you today, man. Next month prelims, all the best, bro. Actually, wait, I'm curious. I wanted to ask this just now, but what subjects are you taking? And double maths and ooh, science, eh? Or you human stream, is it? I see. Last time I was double maths, geog, history, and Yeah. I was like humans guy also. Anyways, good talking to you, man. Yep. Anyways, I also need to rush off for the next guy also already. That's all from me. Yep. Later I will just send you the things when I'm free lah. Yep. Glad you learned something for today, man. Yeah. Bye bye. See you. Bye.